Consider a reciprocating engine with crank radius r and connecting rod L. The secondary unbalanced force for this is equivalent to primary force due to a virtual crank of dash. Here it says primary force and secondary force. This is from the topic theory of machines from the subtopic balancing of masses. Okay, and here first of all I need to write the unbalanced force equation, that is F is equal to mr omega square into cos theta plus cos 2 theta by n. So this I can write it as mr omega square cos theta. This is primary force. This is primary force. And next is mr omega square. mr omega square cos 2 theta by n. Cos 2 theta by n. So this I can do one thing here. This is primary force, and for secondary force, this term is called as secondary force. Secondary force. So this is mr omega square cos theta plus m into this. I can write it as 2r, or this I can write it as radius is r, and instead of writing as omega, I'll write it as 2 omega whole square cos 2 theta by 4n. Cos 2 theta by 4n. Right. So this will be this. Here the radius will be equal to r by 4n, times of 2 omegas whole square cos 2 theta. That will be the radius of rotation. Okay, so here he says that the secondary unbalanced force for this case is equivalent to primary force due to the virtual crank of length r, that is crank of length r by 2, that is, or crank of length. This is, I can simplify this, r by 4n. 4n can be written as L by r. This is equal to r square by 4L. That is, r is the radius of the crank. So this is equal to the secondary force for this case. Is equivalent to primary force due to a virtual crank of radius r square by 4L and rotating at the twice speed. Okay, so that is option B. Right. This is the end of the question. This question is from the topic theory of machines from the subtopic mechanisms. Here it is asking us to calculate quick return motion for the Whitworth mechanism. Okay, so most of the time it was the question which was frequently coming, that was crank slotted lever mechanism, but this time it has changed the trend. Okay, for the Whitworth mechanism they are asking us to calculate. Okay, so here that is OP is the length of the crank. This is equal to 300 mm, and OA is the distance between the fixed centers. Which is equal to 150 mm, and AR, this is AR equal to 160 and RS equal to 450. Right. So here let us draw the two extreme positions. Here. So let us draw the two extreme positions. These are two centers. Okay. So when the and the point P, when the point P here, if it is on the left hand side and the point P is on the right hand side, and the point P is on the left hand side and when it is on the right hand side. So this is OA, say this is P on the right hand side. Let us mark this position at P2 and this as P1, right? And the AP value is given to us, that is AP is not given. AP is not given, and this both here the angles, these two angles, this will be alpha by 2 and this angle will be alpha by 2. The total angle here will be 360 minus alpha, 360 minus alpha here, right? So here when the so P1 and P2 are the position where piston is changing its direction, so it is moving. This is the extreme that is P1 and P2 are the extreme positions when the link S or the slider is changing the direction. So cos alpha by 2 is equal to that is distance between the centers, that is OA, which is 150 mm. Distance between the centers, that is OA, that is 150 mm. Okay, so that is OA divided by OP1, that is OP1 OA by OP. So here cos alpha by 2 is equal to 150 divided by 300. So here alpha by 2 is equal to cos 60. This is alpha by 2 equal to cos inverse of 1 by 2. Cos inverse of 1 by 2, that is equal to alpha equal to 120. So quick return ratio QRR is equal to QRR here equal to 360 minus alpha by alpha, that is 360 minus 120 divided by 120, which is equal to 2, which is equal to 2. This is the end of the question. This is from the topic gyroscopic couple. Okay, so figure shows the arrangement of the heavy propeller shaft in the ship. The combined polar mass moment of inertia is I is equal to 100 kg meter square. The propeller rotates at 112 radians per second. 12 radians per second. The waves acting on the ship induces rolling motion, shown in figure. Rolling motion with an angular velocity of omega r is equal to 5 radians per second. So here in gyroscopic couple, that is C is equal to I into omega p. So basically I is a constant, but here omega and omega p, this is the cross product of two different angular velocities. It is the cross product of two different angular velocities, but here the rolling axis and the axis of spin are parallel. Rolling axis and axis of spin are parallel. So C will be equal to 0 here. C will be equal to 0. Only in the steering and pitching we will find the gyroscopic couple. Steering and pitching, C will be a non-zero value. Okay, but in rolling, since the rolling axis as well as the spinning axis both are parallel to each other, gyroscopic couple will be 0. But in steering, we'll find the velocity of pitch and the velocity of spin perpendicular to each other. Even in the steering action and the pitching action, we'll find the spinning velocity and pitching velocities, angular velocities, both will be at 90 degrees. Okay, both will not be parallel. In case if they are parallel, then the gyroscopic couple will be equal to 0. Okay, gyroscopic couple here will be equal to 0, right? And yes, this is the end of the question.